Open your mind's door to JSNP 4. Open your mind's door to JSNP 4. American dream, relocated to Tennessee. Now he's on 10 acres, GMO free. Planting info seeds in the minds of the sheep.
Our country, the economy, the whole thing, everything, it's a fraud. It's laughable. It's so fake. It's funny until it crashes. It'll still be funny to me because I've been preparing for it and I have gold and silver, so I don't care. Of course, I do care about people and want to do these videos so other people catch on and don't get destroyed when the market collapses. JSNP 4, how do you think the market is going to collapse when we've been breaking records for the last 2 or 3 weeks? Dow Jones, all-time high. A couple days later, Dow Jones, all-time high. Why is the Dow Jones at an all-time high? Our debt is still ballooning out of control faster than it ever has, ever before. Again, one presidential man's term. One presidential term. 4 years, it went from 9 point something trillion to, 16, whatever the number, 16.4 trillion. It almost doubled in 4 years. And you're telling me that that particular country in question that had its debt almost double, it took it 200 years to go to $1 trillion in debt. Since the beginning of the country, it took 200 years to go to 1 trillion, which was approximately 1970. From there till when Barack Obama took office, 1970, 80, 90, 2000, 2010, 42 years, or no, hold on, 2008, 38 years. 38 years later, it went from 1 trillion in debt to 9 point whatever, as soon as he took office, right? So 200 years, $1 trillion in debt. Not too shabby, I guess you could say. For 200 years, hey, not too shabby. 38 years later, 9 point something trillion, huh? Doesn't look too good, but it's like, well, it's still 38 years. Okay, I'm with you. 4 years later, 9 point something trillion to 16.4 trillion, almost doubling. Not quite, almost doubling. And now we're at 17 trillion, basically. Huh. And he just started his second term. Wonder how that's going to end. So that's not important. If that was any country on the face of the earth, why would you be concerned that, or not concerned that it's ballooning out of control? It can't pay itself, its debt. It's in literally bankruptcy, heavy duty, because they're not allowing it to go bankrupt. They just continue feeding the beast and don't want to use the word bankrupt. But looking at that number, it is blatantly obvious it is bankrupt. So our country happens to be that country, by the way. We're bankrupt. But our stock market, which is a key indicator of a country's health, is what I've been hearing lately. I've never heard that before until lately, when they need to pull the old wool over the sheep's face. Don't worry, they're telling us on the mainstream media, don't worry about those key indicators. Don't worry about your country's debt. Don't worry about 50 million people on food stamps, when just a few years before it was only 23, 24 million people. Which wasn't anything to brag about then. Now that's doubled, right? So the food stamps doubled, the debt has doubled, the job losses probably have doubled, but they won't tell us those numbers. They give us the fake numbers. Oh, it's 7.7, it's actually come down. Unemployment's actually come down, yet food stamp usage has been going up still. Huh. Seems to me like you can't have both of those things, because if you got a job, the second you get a job, they're trying to take them food stamps away almost immediately. We had a friend back in Florida that went through that. The second her husband got a job, wham, $800 a month in food stamps, gone. I mean, instantly. So he got a job, food stamps goes away, that number should be going down for the food stamp usage, shouldn't it? So again, another lie. These are all key indicators a monkey can look at and understand. Not just any monkey, a spider monkey. The little small guys. Those little fellas. They could even figure that out. So, Dow Jones all-time high. Don't look at the key indicators, right? Don't look at the temperature. You're cooking something in the oven, don't even bother setting the temperature. Don't look at it, don't do nothing. Tell everybody how good it's gonna come out. Man, that barbecue, we got a beef brisket in there and marinating in its own juices. It's been in there all night long, cooking. Oh my God. When I slice this thing, you're gonna see steam coming out and the juice flowing. You're gonna wanna just devour it. And by the way, our barbecue, that's how it actually is. It's that good, and it looks that good, and smells that good. That's why I kind of chose to use this analogy. And then the day finally comes where they can't put you off any further. We know we told you to be ready by now. We need you to hold on a little bit. It's not ready yet. I know I said that again. I need you to hold on some more. I know I said it 4 times in a row. Just need you to, and we're about to open the oven, guys. And finally, they got to open the oven. Everyone's got their forks and knives. They're, you know, ready to eat. Starving to death. I'm getting the shakes. I'm so hungry. And then, you know, the whole time, old J Snip 4 and Pastor Dowell were like at the end of the table, loud enough for everyone to hear us, saying, hey, fellas, you know, fellow citizens at the dinner table, don't you think it's kind of odd that we can't even smell it cooking? And the oven's right over there where we can see it? Oh, you damn bozos, you conspiracy theorists, you guys are a bunch of idiots. You two at the end, nonsense. Our government wouldn't lie to us. All right, okay. But I don't know about you, but I've cooked before, and my wife has cooked before once or twice, and it seems like I've always smelled something. Even when the oven wasn't quite clean and it's burning, I still smelled something. Okay. They don't want to, they don't even want to listen to us now. And then the oven opens, and guess what? Not only was that food not cooked, there wasn't even any food in the oven to begin with. The shock and awe on the faces of the sheeple at the dinner table, who flip out and go crazy. I'm just gonna starve to death now. What have you done to me? And the government, you turn around, they're already gone. The oven's open and they're out the door. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Pastor Dowell and Joe, oh, hey, we brought some MREs, right? The meals ready to eat. We brought some of those. We had a couple down here under the table. Sorry, we didn't bring enough for you guys. That's why we tried to warn you to get some before you came in here, right? You see that little analogy? That's the stock market. And while you look at a number that's digital, and if you did get involved right now and say, hey, I got back in when it was, you know, after 2008 and it crashed down to 7,000, whatever, man, it's doubled now. Man, I got in at the precise moment at 7,000. It's now 14,800 or whatever. I've just slightly over doubled what it was. Hey, I'm pretty happy. If that's you, you better pull your damn money out. It will crash and burn. It's going to. And when it does, every other time, just like I said, Greg Manarino, my buddy Greg, my brother from another mother, he said, and even showed newspaper clippings from the 1929 stock market crash, literally days and just a few weeks even prior to that massive collapse taking place in the stock market. He showed the news articles at the time. Markets all-time looking fantastic. This is the greatest market. Everything's fantastic and blah, blah, blah. The same crap you're hearing right now. Dow Jones all-time high. Great market. America's pulling out of the recovery. Blah. And then in an absolute instant, it was destroyed. And literally moments before, the media, which in that case back then was mainly the newspapers, pounded out how great the markets were, everyone should be in them. He showed the clippings in a video he did a while back. I saw it. Fantastic video. So, seems to be a pattern here. Mouthpieces, whether it's nowadays, we got TV, of course, and everything, internet, radio, all of it, websites, mainstream media I'm talking about. All sources are covered. They got the radio, they've got the TV news, and they've got the website, their own websites, Fox News, CNN, all those guys, they've got it. So they got all bases covered for you to find news. And that news is telling you markets are great, the Dow Jones is breaking records, this is fantastic, we told you there'd be recovery, this is it, you know, great. Okay. And so did that happen every other time. Record high, we're all new high territory every time. And then it gets smashed. And again, I don't care, because gold and silver are attached to the market if they don't use the crashing of it to destroy gold and silver one last time. Like I said, I feel they'll do that to get rid of the SLV, the GLD will go away. They never had to show you that they had gold or silver that they ever purchased, because they never did purchase it, trust me. That then goes away because they reserve the right as the owners of the SLV, the creators of it, whatever, to at any moment say we are disbanding this thing, whatever today's price is what we're issuing out. You know, today's gold and silver prices, that's what we're issuing out per share to all of our shareholders, all the stockholders. Oh, okay, great. And it'll be pennies on the dollar when that happens. And then you'll see all of the guys who went short, all these big banks, the commercials and all them, they will then go long and ride the gold and silver train to the top. But because we don't see that report for a week behind, strangely enough, you won't know it happened till it's already happened. So I don't care. Again, like I said the other day, mark my words about the Bitcoin thing. Mark my words about the Dow Jones stock market, the stock market, period. They will crash and burn. Lindsey Williams already said it. He told you to prepare for the next few years. He said that he was specifically told they're going to let this recovery fake out the people. You're going to see the stock market rise. You'll think, okay, that's probably as good as it's going to get. I'm getting a little nervous. I don't want to get involved in it anymore. It's going to rise some more. You're going to sit on the sidelines saying, hey, I didn't think it'd go up a little more. It's going to go up some more again. Man, it went up again. And now, in the face of all pointers, all signals, all temperature gauges stating there's no way that this damn market should be going up. Again, unemployment, the real unemployment, the food stamp usage, the massive debt we're in, the whole 9 yards. No reason for the stock market. Don't pay attention to that. And like he said, just yesterday, day before, breaking record, 14,800 Dow Jones. So basically, it took how many years to double? Silver was, you know, $10 an ounce when the stock market went down last time. It brought silver down too. Of course, that was when Lehman Brothers, whatever it was, collapsed, which was the triggering event of silver, because their short positions got thrown out, you know, into the market basically abruptly. And of course, JP Morgan inherited that. And they're not going to inherit it at the top, the high price. They have to crash the market first to inherit it at the low price. You know, no, they got to do that, of course. So don't think for a second that gold and silver can't go down or won't go down if and when, not even if, when the stock market goes down with it. It will. So now, granted, if there's a massive shortage taking place that is out of the control of the powers that be, before their market crash takes place, which will be timed by them, then they're going to have something on their hands to have to deal with. They're going to have a market that's setting the price of gold and silver like it is now, and just like it is now, when you go to APMEX or Gainesville Coins or JM Bullion, which is who I'm using now, delay. Silver Eagles, delay. U.S. Mint, headline, U.S. Mint delays, rations Silver Eagles to the primary dealers because they don't have enough, while simultaneously the price is going down. That's going to show them, that's going to show the hand behind the curtain and say, hey, this doesn't make sense. I thought we had market forces and open markets and true markets and all that nonsense. How is it that I can't go buy a physical item because there's none around and the price is actually going down, right? So that disconnect's going to take place, and the powers that be are going to have to deal with it. If they allow the price to continue to plummet while simultaneously realizing we don't have any and we're running out, those people are catching on, it's going to be the haves and the have-nots, those who have the physical silver and those who don't. And the price will be low. So then it'll get to the point where I'm not selling my silver for what the nonsense market's telling me the price is worth, because ain't nobody got it. And only a fool will sell right now And you're going to see that will start taking effect if the powers that be do not continue to control the price and allow it to rise. So they're kind of in a catch-22. But honestly, I'm really making this video to tell you that don't you dare trust the stock market. If you get in and get out, good for you. You got lucky. That's what it is. You're lucky. I don't like playing with luck. I like giving advice that is sound, solid advice. And you can never go wrong with owning physical gold and silver. Thousands of years of history have proven this. So I don't need to even look at, well, today's different. Today's different. That's what people have been saying for decades and centuries and thousands of years. Oh, it's different now. It's, you know, we're way more technologically advanced now than we were before. Look at the Roman Empire 2,000 years ago. Boy, they were technologically advanced compared to the rest of the world. They were. Look at the buildings they created. Look at some of the tools and the weaponry they had. And I guarantee you there were some bozo Romans back then saying the same thing. Oh, Roman, you know, they didn't have suits and ties, but maybe they pretended. We're prestigious Roman, you know, people. We are above all. You know, we're the most technologically advanced society. And at the time they were. But there are fundamentals that don't change. When you have money and you have to have people getting paid, and they have to find a way to deal with a growing number of people, population expanding, campaign for this, we promised them this, we promised pension money, we knew we couldn't pay for it, we just felt like we'll just deal with that later. That's the old human psyche, way of doing things. We'll deal with it later. I won't be Roman Empire when the time comes, so I don't care. I'll let someone else deal with it. Where else do you see that happening? How about now? Oh, the old kick the can down the road. That's right. That's what we've been doing now. So you see, it doesn't change. The fundamentals, the way people react, the way they respond, the things they do, the way they handle things is freaking the same. Therefore, it will go down the same way. There'll be little subtle changes because the advancement of society, the technological, you know, advancements. There will be changes. It'll go down slightly differently, but ultimately the same. You know, you're not getting paid in silver and gold, you're getting paid in digital dollars and fake paper money. You'll lose it just like the other Romans had to water down their money. Your money's being watered down too. Just because it's not a gold and silver coin and it's paper cash, it still has the same effect on it. But because gold and silver has always maintained a store of wealth, because you can't get it out of the ground for free, it costs money to do that. And the easy stuff's already been taken out of the ground over the last thousands of years, in more recent times as well, thanks to our advancement in technology with tractors and backhoes and that kind of stuff. They can dig it out pretty easy. So the good stuff's, you know, not quite doable right now. So it's getting more expensive to get that gold and silver out of the ground. Therefore, if you are getting it now while the fake prices are in play, which are too low, this is a favor to you by JP Morgan and the power elite. By the way, you may not feel that way, but it's actually a bonus to you to deal with this and wait this out until they're ready to either let it collapse or it collapses out of their control or whatever happens. Because as also Leslie Williams said, they want the price, the elite want the price of gold to be $3,000 an ounce, and they want the price of silver to be between $75 and $100. And at $27 and $28 silver, if you multiply that 3 times, you're not even at $100. Therefore, as I've already said anyways, silver will outperform gold. It's going to. Trust me, it's going to. So, since it's going to, don't you think you ought to get some now and take your money out of the stock market? If you have a 401k and you're saying, man, I can't get out of it, I got a job, they won't let me take it out, I tried every way, I'm scared, what do I do? Here's what you do. You call the 401k company that your place you work for is dealing with, that manages your 401k, and you tell them, I want to sit my 401k out, the funds that I've got in there, I want to sit that out on the sidelines in cash. That's the term that they should understand. And what that means, in case they don't know what you're talking about, is you don't want it to be affected by the market movement. So if you take it out, not actually take it out, but you take it and set it aside, it's still in their possession, they still control it, which is the key to not getting hit with any fines and, you know, or early takeout fees, as well as you can't do an early takeout anyways. If you got a job, they won't let you. So you tell them I want to sit it on, the term is sit it on the side with cash, in cash. In other words, I've got $30,000 in my 401k right now. Hey, it went back up. I'm happy. The market's up right now, but I'm taking LJ Snip 4's advice, even though I'm not a financial advisor and I can't give financial advice. This is my opinion speaking, by the way. I'm going to do what Joe's opinion was, and I'm going to call my 401k company. I want to set my funds that I got in there now, the full $30,000, sit it on the side with cash. I don't want it in the market. You guys still have it and control it, so there won't be any penalty for me. I don't feel comfortable with the market. I'm just going to ride it out and leave my cash on the side. So that if the market gets destroyed, the same $30,000 you had there stays there. Sure, if the market goes to 18,000, Dow Jones, 18,000, oh my God. If it goes there, your 30,000 doesn't go up either. It stays at 30,000. But when the market crashes, you'll still have the 30,000. You won't be affected either. And if it crashes heavy duty, then you could call the 401k company. You know what? Go ahead and put my $30,000 back in the market now. I don't think I'd still do that. I would still try to find a way out to put that into silver and gold. But if you can't, you can't. That's the bottom line. If you can't, you can't. And if you feel comfortable leaving it on the side, go for it. You can't lose that way. The only time you lose is when you decide to do that after the market crashed. Then you're in trouble. So, that's all I got. Take care.